Hello, lovely people of the universe. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Femversations, the podcast where we speak our truth, hold space for grief, scream when you need to, and dream louder than ever before. I am your lovely host, Zawede Nzisa, and today in studio, I'm joined by a lovely, amazing lady who'll introduce herself, and then we'll get into today's conversation, which is very timely and very essential. Yeah, so before we get into all that, I want to invite our guest today,
Thank you.
the phenomenal Terry.
You are
Karibu Terry.
Yeah, I'm phenomenal. Yeah, thank you
Lie.
so much, Zawe. My name is Terry. I am a feminist activist. I'm a youth climate worker. I am a woman. I don't know. I am a daughter, born and raised in Kibera, number 9. I always, lazima tu wasiwajue, from the streets. Kibera raised me, man. And yeah, I've been working in the feminist space for quite some time. Born and raised a feminist, raised by a feminist woman, a feminist man. My dad is an ally. And I work for women. I work with women. I am pro-women. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel nice. I feel safe.
Yes. Women should feel safe.
Yeah, and thank you very much for that lovely introduction. Yeah, and as we're speaking about safety, we'll just dive right into today's conversation.
Yeah.
And today's conversation will be on safety online. So safe where? Safe where? Do you feel safe online?
No, I don't, literally, I don't know what to say because 2 weeks ago, I'm on Instagram. I love Instagram. And then, so if it feels overwhelming, I have to take a break. Juzi tu nimetoka ex kidogo. I'm like, hey, I need a break. Literally, a lot is happening.
True.
I've personally had my fair share of trouble on the internet. But again, even what I see on the internet, I think, as a human being, let me just start as a human being.
True.
It's just a lot. It's overwhelming. The videos of people I see, the violence, I mean, Tanzania is happening and hey,
It's so devastating.
it's so devastating, and things like that. So just to say that as a woman, as an individual, I do not feel safe on the internet. But I mean, I have to use social media.
Yeah.
It's the 21st century, man.
Of course. And you said your favorite app is Instagram.
I love Instagram. I'm not on TikTok. Hata unaweza amini. Imagine I'm not on TikTok.
Girl.
With my personality, it should be legal.
I know.
I'm not
the
on
gymming
TikTok.
and all that.
I know I'm not
should
on
be
TikTok, but I love Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
And X.
And what do you love most about Instagram? Okay, and X. Oh my God, X.
I know X is a lot, but I
Yeah.
love the fact that interaction in X is easy, to get literally if something happens the most credible source it's X.
X.
Ukienda ukienda angalia what's trending, you can get and things like that. I think I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. I just a baby. And I love pictures. I love posting. I love Instagram. And I think even in the work that I do right now, I have had the most growth on, besides LinkedIn, I've had the most growth on Instagram.
Girl,
Yeah.
LinkedIn is-
Yeah. So, I mean, I just post things that I'm doing and someone's like, hi, can I? So on Instagram, I've had my fair share of good things and bad things as well. I mean, for me, Instagram is very polarized. I've had good things, opportunities and things like that. And
Also the bad.
the sexism, the sexual harassment, Instagram pia imenyonyesha maneno.
I know.
Same to X. X unajua msee anaweza amka tu na wewe na
Yeah. Personally, I'm so scared about. I'm scared of X.
X, yeah.
My account, I think the first one that I created was hacked by I don't know people who are doing. I don't know, WorldCoin or things like that. So I found that I've been blocked. And then I didn't understand because the posts don't show.
X is wild. And I think for me, I don't know about the reporting mechanisms in this platforms. Yeah? But I think also it's something that you should talk about, Zawe, about,
Definitely.
If you report, for example, what happens, what's the turnover for you to get, the replies and things like that. So, yeah. this is definitely timely. There's a lot that has been happening on social media that we need to address.
Yeah.
We really need to,
Yeah, yeah, and it's very timely and also linked with the theme for 16 Days of Activism this year, which is uniting all voices to end technology-facilitated gender-based violence.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really think that is a really timely conversation to have right now. Because the online space is growing rapidly, and it's not like the violence wasn't happening. I feel like the violence is just a reflection of what happens on the ground. Yeah. So this conversation will be talking about, tech violence, the avenues to report, like what happens if you report, and also we'd be speaking about the mental impact of, tech violence, and also calling governments to be accountable, honestly, because why would you have platforms that put or create risks to people that are using the apps?
Yeah. I think we need to talk about it. There's a lot of conversation right now about I think there's do I call it a bill?
The amended act.
The amended act of is it cyber crimes and things like that. So definitely we should know where to draw the line, because I am a firm supporter of freedom of speech here. Let me say I'm a firm supporter of freedom of speech, but again we also need to have the conversation of like policing and even the effects of technology facilitated gender-based violence. And as you said, I think it's just a reflection of what's happening. It's nothing new, honestly.
True.
It's just that the world is evolving right now. There's a lot of growth in the space, in technology, on social media and things like that. And it's just a reflection. AI. Let me tell you, you said AI, and what came into my mind is just like those cat videos of a cat is pregnant and she's heartbroken and a picker. Like, what the hell is that? But I love
what kind of narrative that they put out there, honestly.
And also AI at times, most times actually, they have a gendered narrative, by the way. Yeah, they have a gendered.
What is that?
Because, for instance, that cat, it's like a cat mwenye ni mwanamke, anapika, like anafua, amevaa nguo zimeraruka, and then like
the husband is
kicks suit. The husband is suit and then kicks the wife out, ananyeshewa. So like
then the husband gets another wife.
And another wife who's like younger.
A sassy cat.
Literally, like if you look at it with like a feminist lens, like
cringe,
bruh. True. It's so cringe, But I am so embarrassed to say that. Aki ukiniona usiku kwa simu.
Me, I usually remove them from my
even
algorithm.
The body shaming that comes with it. At least like there's a woman that is like on the heavier side. Sijui anaanguka, sijui, and the ocean is
ocean.
Why don't you see like men?
I know.
Please. Yeah,
and it's so true.
Yeah, so even AI, when you talk about these things, let's look at them on a deeper sense, not just like surface level. Yeah, AI is also
gorilla. Was it the gorilla?
Tell me about
it. It's just the same story.
Exactly,
Yeah.
So definitely there's a whole new conversation we need to have intentionally and use a feminist lens, a human rights-based approach lens to just deconstruct what technology is and what is it working for us, is it working for women? And also, Zawede, I also think that we need to talk about, because yes, I totally get that at times technology is, there's like the negatives and negatives. But you also need to talk about, is there anything good that technology has done for even equality, for women, for girls, safety, for you, for safety and things like that, so that we don't be... I know the world right now, we are always diagnostic because the things that are happening, honestly, we need to be diagnostic. Yeah, we are up. Yeah. But also, I think we need to highlight those and shed light on those as well.
Yeah. So as we're speaking about it, would you share with us like a moment that you saw a comment and you're like, or something that you've seen online? Yeah, it might be, your experience, as you said, you had like a good experience and also like a hectic experience. Do you mind sharing that?
Wow, what comes to my mind? I think for me, let me just like start with the diagnostic part. I mean, I see these cases on a daily. Have you seen like cases where, for instance, I know of a case where a child was defiled in Homa Bay, and you put like the child's photo and you know how they are vulnerable, probably amefunikwa na mashuka, and I'm just like thinking, is this not doing more harm than good?
Yeah.
And I'm like, if it was me, my radical self, I would have posted that man so that women, this is the man who defiled this child because that man was on the run that time, and it does more harm than good. Sasa weenda tusome kwa comments, mtu wako like, lakini alikuwa ameiva.
And he's a child.
This is just a child, you know, and things like that. And I'm like, oh my God, where are we safe? And then right now, I mean, even my sister is in Form 2 and she's on Instagram.
Yeah.
Doing really well, by the way. And I follow you now. You know, these funny names. Mkidi mtoto wa sijui nani, you know. Mlasti mkapedi sijui. Anaitwa hiyo by the way. And things like that. And so there's a whole big population of underage children that are on Instagram. And you see the comments even how on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. But I've definitely people share videos from TikTok on WhatsApp statuses on Instagram that I get to see. Mtoto, a child is dancing, you know this,
those videos.
And then someone comments on
the ass or something like
that.
Yeah,
ama mtu anasema hapa nimekubali kula githeri kamiti, you know. And what shocks me is even the amount of likes or people, you know, like
or
interacting with that post or cheering him on. So I don't know. And the rage bait, saa zingine inakuanga rage bait for them to like go forward, you know, wa push brands zao on their narratives. Such things really, it saddens me, honestly, you know. And it starts online. And honestly, if it's not offline yet, it's going there.
Yeah.
It's going there. And just to share a personal story, I have even shared this on my Instagram shortly. Niko na story mingi zawe.
This is why we're here.
There was a time I was with my friends in Village Market. So they were going to Ruiru and wakani drop somewhere around Kiambu Road. So nikachukua mat. They were driving, so nikachukua mat. It was around 7. Iyo mat ni zinganya zenye ziko na music and things like that. So nikiingia kwa gari, there were not hakukuwa na watu wengi sana. So there's like the first seat and then the second seat. So on the second seat there's a window seat. So there's a lady sitting here and I'm sitting next to that lady, and then there's the aisle, and then there's a seat there, and then there's a guy seated like opposite us. Yeah. So I'm just like there now. They had like a screen inacheza rhythms. Mimi ni millennial, so nililelewanga na ma rhythms, vibes cartel nini. So I'm listening to music. And then I'm not on my phone or anything. I'm just like looking at the window, looking at the screen. And then my eyes are just wandering. And then I look to this guy. And then he's like, see, like, come and sit next to this empty seat. Definitely nalenga, because nigga, me sikujui, you know.
We're not friends like that.
Yeah, not friends like that. So nalenga. The next time I look, because you cannot shame me for looking. The next time I look, this guy ametoa mavitu zake nje.
What?
I was so shocked, Zawe. And then Imat kwanganya. You know zinganya za music.
Yeah.
So iyo nganya, ziko dark ni 7, alafu zinakuanga na, they have like this blue lights, red. Yeah. Zawe, I was so shocked. Normal me, wewe unanijua. Me like, if you get undergo kitu kama hiyo, please report. Zawe, I shout. You know, I've even gone like to I've been trained by Ujama. I've been trained by some on. I know. You know.
Yeah.
Zawe, niliishiwa na nguvu za magoti. I didn't do anything. And I was so shocked, and I looked like on the other side. So hiyo time akinifanyia hivyo tulikuwa around Ngara. So hizo majam za Ngara tukaingia ditao. Time ya kushuka, na ujue gari haina watu wengi. Kuna mama wengine walikuwa wamekaa hapo. So unajua kuna wale watu wanyangojangi gari isimame ndio washuke. So I was like, guy, this guy would even like rape me or something. So there was like a woman and then another woman here. So I was like, acha ni kai katikati yao to be on the safe side ndio tushuke pamoja. Tell me what this guy does. Anatoka huko wa hiyo seat ya opposite, and then he's just like anajifinyilia, and he's literally on my backside.
Oh my God. For
lack of a better word, I could feel his junk on my ass.
Damn.
Zawe. Let me tell you, tulishuka gari because hizo gari za Kiambu Road ziusimama hapo opposite mali za Super Metro ziusimama. There's a quick mart there. I was almost run over.
I can imagine how devastating.
Zawede, my God, I was so emotional. I cried. Now, fast forward, I was like, no, let me share this online and just see if women have gone through the same thing. I was shocked by the amount of response, the number of response of women who came and told me they have gone through this. Now I'm sharing on my Instagram. But what shocked me the most is that people are asking me on Instagram. So when you talk about technology facilitated gender-based violence, this is my experience on Instagram. What were you wearing? Where to post a picture kenye ulikuwa umevaa?
What the hell?
And I even felt the need to justify.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, because I was wearing a skirt. My skirt was like below, below, I'm above. I was like, my skirt was whatever, my knees. And I even felt the need to justify. Because let me tell you, this is how systems work. And because you can't tell me that this guy saw my skirt from when I was sitting down, and things like that. And the women were like, I remember this time I was pregnant and I was seated uko mbele karibu na dereva and I was the one in the middle. You know when you can and then someone just comes and you have to push in the middle. And these guys did ABCD, very horrific things that women were saying. The amount of response, literally, it blew my mind. I'm like, why don't we talk about this? But then someone asked me, did you report? And I'm like, I didn't. And in my head, that time, I was like, even if I report, I don't even remember the number plate. I just know it ilikuwa gari imetoka Kiambu Road. I just like, I don't even know his face. Nilikuwa nakimbia just to get to safety. But again, someone told me something very, very powerful. If that is something definitely, if you report and someone else goes through the same thing and reports, we can create a pattern and flag that route or something like that. Because one thing about sexual harassment is that at times if it's not recorded, if there's no witness, it's the evidence. It's your word against mine, right? Yeah. But still, I feel like it's very, very important
to document.
You know. So I didn't document. And one thing, the same thing happened to me again in Diani. I went on Instagram again and I was like, you guys, what are the odds that this happened to me again? Because in Diani, I almost ran over because this guy was like, and he's driving and I think he was under the influence and he almost ran me over in the morning in Diani.
That's so scary.
So I'm like, no. I will say this on Instagram so that people know that it's happening. There's something you are doing. Punguza, So there's like, maybe it's your body you have to imagine.
Really? How can you change your body?
I know, they blamed me,
I know.
So I think mine started offline, but the response I got online just like told me that there's a lot that's happening. Like, and if I may shortly share, because I told you I work in the climate change space. Let me tell you, Zawede, you need to do another podcast on sexual harassment or sexism in the climate change space. I think we are, the climate change space is more often than not so serious because we're talking about policies and things like that, that we rarely talk about these things. Women should just come here and tell you how it's hard. Right now it's COP season, right?
Yeah,
People are going to Brazil for COP 30. How it's hard to get accreditation.
Brazil.
Kona ngapi? We are turning up in Brazil. How it's hard for even to get accreditation. And how, because now, for example, you send an email like, hi, my name is Terry, I work with such and such an organization, yada, and I'm looking for accreditations, because that's how we look for accreditations. Because what happened, for instance, this COP, the quotas per organizations were zilikuwa kidogo. So people have really struggled in getting accreditations. Zawede, someone's like, literally, I know of a friend who has been sexualized. Someone's like, come to my room because of accreditation. Because of accreditation. This is a story that we have highlighted even on Instagram, So literally, these things they're very different in relation to the different setups that women are. But the violence is still the same across the board, and it needs to be addressed. So man, I have gone through it. I mean, I'm a gym rat. Ukipost tu hapo, watu wanaona ni kama you are just like, this is a bait for you. I'm like, no, it's and
I just want to feel nice, honestly.
I mean, it's it's I don't know how to say it, because the thing is, even as we highlight like for instance, God rest her soul in peace, the Rita Waini case. I mean, it's and people even blamed her. It's like, why mbona unapatana na mtu Instagram na unaenda kwake,
go for a date with
you
them.
know? We even blaming the victim and affirming the murderer, you know? We blame you for meeting this person on Instagram, and I was not born knowing you, by the way, Zawede. We met somewhere, and here we are today. You know, it doesn't make it right for someone to kill
anybody. Even if I come to your house naked, you don't have to kill me.
And women, I have lost 2 of my aunties.
Oh, so sorry.
Femicide. One was stabbed 17 times. The other mwingine alikatwa na panga na akakufa. So for me, femicide has hit home, you know. And people say, like, no, you're to homicide. No, there are markers to femicide, my friend. And we will not negate. And that's a conversation.
That's like somebody just comes.
There's a marker. There are markers to femicide.
True.
You know, the power dynamics that shows and things like this, you know.
The gender-based violence.
The gender-based violence, you know. So, yeah, I have recently gone through technology-facilitated gender-based violence. My friends have gone through in the professional space, in my social spaces, on Instagram mostly. Oh my God,
Damn, that's really sad to hear. I'm so sorry about your auntie.
Thank you.
Their soul rest in peace.
And just to say, Zawede, I think for me, I got help. I saw someone. I mean, I have access to therapists because of the space. I can get free or subsidized. But just to say that not all women know of these sources of help, or know that they can get them, or have the privilege to get these things. Because it breaks you. For me, it happened twice in 1 month, both life-threatening. You know,
it's so scary.
Like literally, when I say life-threatening, the first time I was almost run over. I was running for my life. This person literally.
Because you don't know if they'll follow you.
Exactly. The second time, it was now like literally life-threatening. I was almost run over. You know, like, where does it stop?
Yeah. And the violence honestly doesn't stop. And now we see it on the online space worse. And also when it comes to reporting, honestly, like what you're saying, like where would you report? Okay, something like that happens. You know, you don't think about, let me take my phone and take this picture of this man. You don't think about that. That time you are shaking, you don't
I'm
know
shaking. I mean, my thoughts are racing. I just... Like literally, it's like you're on adrenaline mode. You need safety. You need safety at that time. So it's I would say, but then, you know, women don't have to live on edge like that. You know, it's like, for instance, when you go to report to a police, just say, I know of women who have been told, "Go and block too." You know, for example, it's like, this guy has been threatening me online. I have told him to stop. It's like, si block too. You know, like literally, instead of calling this person.
Some people who don't even understand, the police will ask you, did he harm you? Are you hurt? Any marks or anything?
And things like that.
That is nothing. I'm like,
some talk like, when block too. I'm a uhame. You know, change.
Privilege. I mean, not that privilege.
I'm a uhame. It's privilege, and it's shifting responsibility. So tena mimi ndo nafaa kujichunga. Yes, jichunge. Achane na mimi. You know, it's crazy.
And like the reporting channels is so. I don't think it's so clear, because first off, when you download these apps, let's say for example. Which app? X, for example. They have like their guidelines and all that. Do you usually read them, or you're just excited?
I don't. Mimi acha nikwambie. Mimi hizo vitu hata
even me, I don't read.
Kweli sijui. I was like, accept.
So giving privacy to people. Like that.
And you remember when you're talking about how we should do like training for women in the creative space? I think we should also like do a crash course. I am not really good at all these things. About, for instance, I was seeing a conversation online about when you say accept cookies, what that means. But not bado sikuelewa.
Accept.
But me I was like, accept, because sasa nitafanya nini? I need to access this site, so I'll just accept those cookies. But I feel like right now it has come to a place where we really need to organize from a place of knowledge. If it means breaking this down, like literally to
breaking,
to what, like
what it really means.
Yeah. What like hata ule mama wa village mwenye ako Facebook. Hata tujaanza kuongelea Facebook.
We should.
Yo. What that really
Bobs.
Oh God. What that really means.
Yeah.
You know, and things like that. And I'm not on Facebook. Nearly talk. Let me tell you.
I'm not on Facebook. I was like, hey.
I was there. You know, okay, maybe I'm there. I'm a millennial, so let me tell you. Facebook was like the OG app when we were growing up. So mimi nilikuwa Facebook. Kuna time Facebook, sijui kama bado kuna hizo groups.
I think
Kilimani sijui women's sijui nini. Kilimani moms. Oh, ilikuwa Kilimani moms. Bado iko.
I don't know.
Kilimani moms kama bado iko. I don't think Kilimani moms is like the Kilimani moms that was there.
What was it about? Gossip.
Yeah, ideally gossip. People used to like send pictures there, gossip. And I remember there was a time Kilimani moms walikuwa nazanika like they are the OG. They are the OG BNN. Yeah. Kilimani moms are the OG BNN. Achana na Edgar bana. Ask a millennial. You know.
To hear Kilimani moms was famous.
Yeah, there was like a lot of groups there. I'm telling you, Apple. And I think for me, this is my own opinion. Just to say, P.S. It's my own opinion. Kilimani moms, and you could see like how patriarchy really is a system. Mi sikuwa yona Kilimani moms huko anika maboy. Ilikuwa like, Terian, achana na bwana yangu. And then waneka hapo, unaona?
Yeah.
And then the comments were to break that woman and things like that. Yani, Kilimani, hey. So just fast forward to why I left Facebook. In 2022, I am one person who believes everything is political. Women should be in politics. Follow political processes. Even this chair that we are seated in, Zawede, is political. Everything is political. Be in politics. Be intentional. Yeah. So, kwetu tulikuwa na like a very, very feisty MCA battle. So I was part of this one. Mimi nilikuwa kwa hii group, hii kikundi. And then I was like, vote for this person. And the guy is my friend and things like that. Yeah. And I was not abusing anyone. I was not sitting on anyone's rights when I was like doing this on Facebook. Aki Zawe nilitusiwa. I was bullied on Facebook. Literally, even my sexuality was brought to question.
Really?
Yeah.
So scary.
Facebook. But if you're in Facebook, you're one of God's strongest soldiers. Facebook, I'm telling you,
Facebook is crazy.
It is crazy. I've been in social media for the longest time. And at times I'd tell you that even in reporting, ask any regular social media user on the reporting structures of even X, like what is the turnover of even, how many weeks will they take, what action be taken.
True.
The app that I've had that probably has systems is TikTok. Yeah. Because TikTok, it's very easy for someone to lose their account once you report it. It's very easy. I don't know about X as well, because I've seen people like lose their accounts on X. Instagram.
But it has to be like mass reporting.
Mass reporting, yeah. But Facebook, kuna kwanga to maybe some Indian man hacked you. And even when you talk about Facebook, I'm telling you,
like there are a lot of sex predators on Facebook. Send me bobs. There are a lot.
Yeah. If we line 10 women here, umulize, nani hapa hajaitumiwa nini? You know, like with let me not like stereotype a community with those men from that country.
No, those Asian males. Maybe they have come to my page.
You know, and then
do you want to see me?
Yeah. How many women have fallen predators to, you know? So and you know, people don't even will not even say it as TFGBV.
Yeah, because you don't understand.
You don't understand. So you see, we have a lot of work to do, you know. And that's what I'm telling you. At a site, tukileta pa 5 people, definitely 4 out of 5 don't even know it, me included. Yeah. The reporting structure, because the reporting structures I know are offline.
They're broken, honestly. Or maybe you decide to come up with your own system of reporting and things like that. They're owned privately. I don't feel like...
No, for instance, I mean, for example, if I want to report sexual harassment on X, like, so uniulize, Terry, unajua how to report? Aki Zawede mimi sijui. And just... in relation to how many social media users we have, I think it's not very effective, but I feel like we should still know what the reporting structures are, both offline and online. As I said, I know offline reporting structures. But
Do you
I
mind sharing them? Like,
for instance, for me, because I've worked with organizations, I'd tell people, because for instance, because utaenda kwa polisi, yes, you probably need like legal counsel. There's like pro bono lawyers or organizations that will offer pro bono services, psychosocial services. If it's gone from online to offline, probably there's assault in the picture, you need like medical help and things like that. So I know definitely on the top of my head, I know Usikime does that. I know in Kibera there's Feminist Center does that. There's GVRC, Coptic Hospital there is. Kenyatta has a gender desk. Mbagathi has a gender desk. Crew does legal support. LSK has, those are just basic ones but there are so many, and things like that. And I think even if someone is watching this podcast, definitely if you want help, just comment there. Zawe will connect you to organizations that can give help. But just to say, yes, they are offline, but I think we need to do a lot of work online, because I think a lot is happening on the back end that we do not see, or women don't report. Because unajua Zawe pia hata wewe unaweza pigana na watu msiuchoke. How many zingine mi ulenga?
Yeah, because it's not every day you're going to fight back.
Fight those battles, unalenga, but that necessarily doesn't make it right.
True.
Yeah.
And I feel like, when people now know that these apps are not meant for us, and I'm saying that from a place of love, it's like they're created with they want to collect our data. Personally, that is my thought, because
it's true.
They don't put the users' safety in mind. Because when you report, let's say somebody assaulted you and you report them. Let me speak about like my experience. So I used to post sometimes like stories, and then you'd see people with like their profile is maybe a girl who has like big boobs or things like that, and then they're white women, and is like, click my video, and then that person likes your story, and then they go to your DM, they text you, click this link if you want to get money or things like that. So like there are sex bots which are doing that, and I feel like when you report them, you still find more. So I really don't understand how it works. And like when you report online, and like the problem, one big problem with reporting online is that accounts are anonymous.
That's true.
You can report my account today. Tomorrow I'm going to create another account. So like, what are the people who are creating these apps doing? If you see like my email has been blocked, right? Why would you accept another account I create? Like, why can't you not like scrap it off, or just create ways that work for people? Honestly, And
there was a whole conversation. Sorry, there's a whole conversation about. Remember, there was a time there was a like mass movement from X to, because X had like a lot of gag rules that time. There was
when it was migrating to Meta, or
no. Like, I know of organizations, for instance, I know IPPF left X, like it's not safe anymore for us to be here. But it was mostly after the US election. So people moved to, I think this app is called, is it Blue Wave or something? So people, there was an app. I think even a friend of mine is like, follow me on Blue Wave. I'm like, what is this? Indie organi, Sijui ilikuwa Blue Wave. I'm not sure if the name is Blue Wave. I'll have to confirm that. But there's that whole migration was like, okay, we feel like a feminist organization, this might actually be a safer option for us not to be gagged, a safer options for us to be safe online and things like that. Fast forward, I have never had that app again. So just to say that it's hard. Hata sahi nikianzisha yangu Zawe.
I know.
Haiwezi pick vile X me pick ama Facebook ama Instagram. I mean, Meta is a big company. So just to say that it's about time we change the systems, because literally what's happening, as you said, happening online is just a reflection of what's happening offline. The sexism is happening on ground. Let me tell you, so you are going for election.
Let's talk even about that. I was going there, honestly. Yeah.
Kwa majirani kule.
Kwa majirani huko kunateseka, like it's so bad, honestly. Like, why would you shut down the
internet? I know, that's so
freedom.
ghetto.
Shame on you.
I know.
Where is the freedom? Honestly?
And then what Samia did, I mean, it's news. Me atasi, she shut down the internet.
Yeah.
Alafu ye peke ndo ako ex. Sasa unaongea na nani?
He's talking to Kenyans and Uganda.
Majirani, and you know, it's funny.
Yeah, but killing people like that, honestly, you should be ashamed.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
To African leaders.
You should be ashamed of yourself. But again,
20 billion lucky. Shame on you.
98%. 98%.
I know.
It really is sad. I mean, we can laugh about it because it's funny to win with 98%. Unawe unayakwaje mshindi wa 98%.
And like people didn't vote for you.
You know, and then it's a funny thing. Acha your story. But yeah.
No, but we have to talk about it because
I know
surveillance is happening there. Mm-hmm. Elections is coming in like 2 years. So we might be next.
Yeah, we really need to talk about it.
Yeah.
It leaves a bad taste in my mouth, honestly. I don't know what to say, but I think that's reflective of the leadership rot.
Yeah.
That is in our neighbors, huko kwa majirani. Because what do you mean una shut down the internet?
Yeah.
So, you know, we do not know what happened when Tanzania was on the dark.
Yeah.
And like just to say, you know what we have seen is like dead bodies, dead people.
And the numbers, obviously.
And the numbers, obviously.
They
that lie. We don't even know how many numbers are there.
True.
You know. But one thing that we need to be cognizant about is that during militarization, moments of war, the violence that happens that is gendered, they rape
women, girls,
children, older women. It's just people just are not just like shot. People take advantage.
Even in Sudan.
Yeah, people take advantage to rape, to defile children, to rape older women,
women's bodies,
to use women's bodies as battlegrounds and things like that. And I think it's sad that what's happening in Tanzania is sad, one, but it's also sad that we have not talked about that, you know.
And nothing seems like it's happening.
Nothing seems like
you weren't called her out or things like that. But like I want to see.
It's just that
tangible thing.
Yeah, it's just that the UN called her out.
You remember finance bill last year? I feel like notes were taken.
Just that.
I just feel like notes were taken, honestly.
Just that.
Because nothing happened to the people who killed people, to the people who gave orders to kill people.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened to them.
Nothing happened.
It's the same thing happening in Tanzania, honestly.
Yeah, nothing happened. And just to say, I think Tanzania is a very, I don't want to say cultural, but they're very like a grounded, reserved. Yeah. Actually, that's the word. They're very reserved. Unlike Kenyans, I think unlike Kenyans, if I should say so, we are nothing but reserved. We are everything but reserved. Kizungu inasema hivyo sawa. Kenyans are very outspoken, we are very loud, we are very like Kenyans.
I know my rights.
We know our rights. We'll call out things, you know. Hata sisi tuko na umoja wa kimataifa. We want even to go and help Tanzanians and things like that. Yeah. They're very, very reserved. And I think that's why, I think walikuwa tu wamechoka. Tanzania walikuwa wamechoka.
They have been wamekuwa tu wakifinyiliwa, let's say, because you just can't apprise all of you like that. Yeah. It's like enough is enough. We've just had enough of you, honestly. Yeah, but just to say, kufunga internet, honestly, that was not the way. It's just a reflection of what has been happening. It is a reflection of what has been happening. And let me tell you, violence is not like it's not like neutral. It's gendered, as I said, you know. So if we just like even start analyzing the technology facilitated gender-based violence in TZ, we'll be mind blown. True. We will be mind blown. Because in Kenya, you know, as I said, we are very, very vocal. We talk about like little inconveniences as we're in the internet. We are talking about them and things like that. But as I said, TZ is sort of reserved. They wouldn't like have those conversations and things like that. But here, mama, anaitwa mama. Mama ake anatuharibia, imagine. But just to say, please, this might be off topic, but just to say, there's a whole conversation where people are gendering now the leadership of Samia. No. Yeah. Patriarchy is not individualized. Like that, true. Patriarchy is a system.
And as a woman, I can be an upholder of patriarchy as a system. Mama, Samia Suluhu, is an upholder of patriarchy and dictatorship as a system.
Yeah.
There's nothing gendered about that.
Yeah.
Anyone can be.
It could have been anybody.
It could have been anybody.
True.
Anyone can have that.
Yeah.
So please call out Samia as an individual.
Yeah.
Right?
Not just say women, you know.
No,
I've just started
Namibia
seeing
has
those
a
conversations.
Isn't Namibia that have
Namibia.
doing the best, you know, she's like she's doing a really good job.
The vice president is a woman.
Yeah.
The head of
exactly.
is the speaker of the National Assembly.
Exactly. The policies there are very progressive. They're doing a lot of work on calling out austerity measures and on privatization and things like that. You know? So she is an upholder of patriarchy and dictatorship as a system.
Yeah.
And I don't see where the gender card should be played, honestly. She is a bad leader, and that's it.
It's just that,
simple.
Honestly. It's just that, yeah. And when we're talking about, you know, what is happening in other countries, we think about what happened during the finance bill here in Kenya. The doxing, let's just talk about it a bit, because that's part of tech-facilitated gender-based violence. So for the for the listeners, doxing is like when somebody takes your information, post it online, where you live, personal information, your names. That's why you shouldn't be posting such things on your social media, because also for your safety, you shouldn't post where you live and things like that. Tell me, 2024.
It was 2024, around June. June.
Yeah.
Doxing.
A lot of doxing
happened that time against leaders, most of our leaders.
Yeah.
I do not, I think, it's wrong. I mean, even legally, and when you put the law in question, it is wrong. But I think that time Kenyans were just tired. We were done. We were like, manze time out. Tufinyilia ya kutosha. We have tried, because we did public participation that time. Yeah. And just to say, I do not advocate for doxing. I do not. I'm just like saying that time, it's like we tried public participation, which said actually Zawede that 90% of the public were against the finance bill.
Yeah.
Na bado mna bulldoze to
you just take it.
Your finance bill. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know. There was a lot of, you know, and at that time I remember leaders, what walikuwa natolewa manguo na AI, you remember?
I know. And did you see any men? I'm just asking.
True. I think, na unajua tukiongea hivyo tuko like, hapana, hata sijui nani alitolewa, but
did you see many men?
No. Women, like mtu ametolewa and things, ametolewa nguo and things like that. So they definitely, Zawe, I'm not pro-doxing, honestly. Because, I mean, inaanzanga tu hapo, alafu pia sisi tatufikia. Yeah, so.
Because you're happy you're leaking somebody's information, but then you don't know about you. And I think
there's a time, I'm sorry to cut you short.
Okay.
There was a lady, she was a student, I think, she was a daughter of one of those, our leaders walikuwa naanikwa. Honestly, she was bullied. She was bullied because her information about her school was shared online, her number, her hostel. Imagine, her hostel, literally.
Really? That's so
And
sad.
I think people, watu walikuwa na mgoja hapo nyuma ya hostel was like, unaishi kwa this expensive hostel because your dad is anakula pesa za Wakenya. And I think she got it rough because, I mean, she was young, she's a woman, and she really did get it rough, you know. So I think there are other ways that we could solve societal issues, but still don't negate the fact that at times, I think Kenyans were just tired. Kenyans were just like tired. I still do not, ni kama useme uko tired sa unachapa watu. It's like I'm saying violence is okay. It's not.
Yeah.
Doxing is not right. It is not, you know. Because for your them, it could have easily turned left.
Yeah, she would have been killed.
Raped.
I know.
You know?
So scared.
Easily turned left, you know?
I know, yeah. It's so sad.
It is. It's not right.
Yeah, and now that we're coming to election times, 2027, do you feel like women who are aspiring to be leaders really are aware of their own safety online. Do you know, like, there are ways that you can protect yourself online? Like, do you think that the information is like that? Do you feel like there are a lot of people who know about, protecting yourself online?
Not really, because one thing about technology is it evolves all the time. And even violence, I feel like, evolves. For instance, when I was growing up, I didn't see a lot of women be in leadership. So for instance, then kama kuna millennial hajui vile Martha Karua alipeanga Moi headache back in the day. And I remember hiyo ilikuwa kitu yenye a millennial knows. There was a time they were seated and Martha Karua, there's like a badass video of her like catwalking, ameshika hivi bag, and Moi anaongea hapo kwa podium. Martha Karua. Wangari Maathai that time was very powerful. Wangari Maathai, Moi was in a podium like this, and Moi said, kuna mwanamke ambaye anasumbua. I don't know if you can find that video. It's online, definitely. Kuna mwanamke hapa mmoja ambaye anasumbua watu nini, because Wangari Maathai that time, she had like this movement of mothers of political prisoners, and it was a movement. She was fighting for Uhuru Park not to be taken. That's why Freedom Corner came about and things like that. So she was so powerful that time. Like, those people are fighting for, Kina Raila are fighting for freedom of speech because Moi was doing the most, right? So the political space that time was very manly and so this hawa na Wakenya walikuwa wanafanya hizi vitu pia walikuwa wanakapitia, they were very bold. So na that time mwezi linganisha challenges walikuwa napitia hiyo time na hapa. Kutoka hapo ikakuja na conversation ya you want to lead us, you don't even have a husband. If you cannot lead your home, how can you lead us? Then there was that conversation. So I'm just like trying to paint a picture of how even violence against women in politics has been evolving. So tumetoka kwa kina Martha Karua walikuwa napigana na patriarchal systems that were very, very traditional, and theirs ilikuanga uraruliwe viboko. Because I remember for Wangari Maathai, watch her documentary, walichapwa.
The one who removed clothes.
Yes. Wakitoa manguo na wanawake in Freedom Corner. True. Wakitoa manguo, and they had like a hunger strike or something like that. Wakalalanga hapo Freedom Corner. They want their sons, political prisoners, to be released. Know, women, older women, those were powerful women. Mi say ukinichapa, I mean, I was like, mi staki ni sawa.
Kama ile tear gas hivyo. We are feeling unasema.
You are tear gassing a body. So. I know. So there was that. It evolved to now they are putting women down because you are not because you are young. It came to because you are young. I mean, you're just 24. You want to lead us. Who have you led? And then it's like, oh, you don't even have a husband. And then
what does leadership mean?
Yeah. Alafu your time tunaweka picha yako Facebook, tunakutusi hapa moja mbili tatu. And then right now there's AI where we can just like take a picture of you and say you slept with that guy. And even, what is the word? We just like do some editing, and it's like, you see, she's cheating on her husband with this guy. Is this the woman you want to lead you?
Yeah.
And one thing, aki nakwambia AI siku hizi. Yani inaka real.
Honestly, even
me right now, I don't even know like real AI videos from fake. Okay, there are ones that you can say, okay, now this one. For instance, those ones of elephants wanapiga sama. Those ones you could say these ones are fake.
True.
But kuna watu wenye wanapiga mboka, man.
I know.
You don't even know like a fake AI video from a real one, right?
True.
So right now we are there where I could just like edit use like, you see, she went to meet the opposition, huko akapewa pesa na anakuja na wadanganya. And how do I explain to my grandma that this is AI? Hata one hajui AI ni nini.
True. So
AI has been used against women. There was a time, just to say, I don't mind saying, Betty Chalo is she's very big on the internet. So I love Betty. So people used to like take her photos, amevaa bikini, alafu wanasijua wanamvalisha nguo, and I'm like, sasa mtu wa swim na nini? Dera. And things like that. Yeah. And they used to get her through the most. you know.
I remember
but
those days.
her resilience, and this is, I am assuming she has resilience, but you don't know what she goes through kwa closed doors.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, aki mimi kusema ukweli.
Even now she goes through it because
A lot.
the comments.
Hey, madam aki amepitia, you know, and things like
Why can't
that.
people just,
you know,
mind your business?
Yeah, so women are going to elections, and then not to say that vitu zenye akina Wangari Maathai walikuwa naendea ati zilikufa na Moi ama ziliisha. There's like compounding. So we are dealing with physical violence,
worse.
and then we are compounding it with you are not married.
Sexual violence.
Sexual violence. Or you couldn't even sustain your marriage. Or your husband this, your husband that. You don't have children, you know?
Yeah.
Compounding it. Even Amilo, Gesa was Nini, bad girl Millie.
Yeah.
Bad girl Millie has been trolled because she didn't have children. What does that have to do with leadership?
I know, and she's a good leader.
Compound that with Kuchapo Zile Zamoi. Then compound that with the AI right now and the internet and
the
sexism.
Sexual harassment.
And the sexual harassment, you know?
Just short story. Last year we had like a training with women in politics about tech violence and all. And like what they were sharing about what they go through. And we're speaking to like MCAs, and like these MCAs are saying, your area MP wants you to sleep with them so that they give you more money to fund like projects and things like that. And then you were like, in what earth? If you don't want to sleep with them, you don't get the money. If you don't get the money, you don't work for your people.
And then, you know, people wouldn't know what goes on in like closed doors.
I know. So there's a lot of sexual violence that happens behind.
Even for you to be like part of these committees, committees in parliament, committees in county assembly.
It is heartbreaking.
It is how people, and the truth is, I mean, sextortion can be in both ways. Even men can be sextortioned to get positions.
Yeah.
But the truth is, this is not even an opinion. This is a fact. Victims are women. Most victims are women. So forgive us if we will talk about women being on the receiving end. We are responding to a need and facts that are
and our experiences.
And experiences as women as well. As women as well. Yeah, so just to say that even as we head on to the political season, I think women need to be very, very cognizant of the challenges that there are there, and not to even put pressure on them. I mean, it's wisdom to know this is what is there. But again, it's very sad that women have to be like in arms. Sit go to ready. Yet, it's like not calling people to accountability.
It's like we want to protect ourselves, but we're not dealing with the problem.
We're not dealing with the problem, exactly. And Malki and I we are always against resilience. Tunaweza pigana about resilience the whole
when
day.
Somebody tells you, you are very strong.
You are very, please.
I'm not strong.
Retract.
Even me.
Retract. I'm not strong, you know, where you tell like people... And resilience has always been like pushed to like even people from the global South, African women. Vumilia, wekwa tu resilient. Mi si mvumilivu, hakuna mbivu nitakula hapo mzee. You know? Because I'm like, we talk about resilience, but we do not talk about people taking accountability. Why would you tell me to be resilient? For instance, I'll say the example of climate change because I'm in the climate change space. Sasa mtu tu ako huko hizo nchi za global north, they are just our industrial revolution iliisha bado tu they are like using fossil fuels, burning fossil fuels, and the people that are bearing the brunt of climate change are people from the global south. A woman
Jamaica.
My
friend.
Jamaicans are wild. Jamaicans, like women in Kwale and things like that.
Yeah.
And then instead of calling those people to account, you tell someone from Jamaica, from Kingston, Jamaica. This women in Kwale.
Yeah.
Just be resilient. Let's adapt.
You can plant bamboos.
You can plant mangroves for green carbon, yeah?
I know, the solution.
And I'm like,
but
make it make sense, you know. So we tell women, sasa we nataka ukue resilient. Ukienda, webeba pepper spray, webeba sijui nini, tunafunzwa kukunja mangumi.
Tunafunzwa kufight.
Make that align with telling people, with teaching your sons that a no means no.
Yeah.
With
consent.
Telling makanga that si lazima unishike ndio nipande gari. Say to madam, hii inaenda Ngara. You know, you don't have to touch me inappropriately. Make that make sense. At times I feel like resilience just, it inacha the burden
to
you as a woman, you know. So right now, we're just like laying the burden to women in politics, you know.
I think it's created like that systemically.
Exactly. That's how the system is. It's that is how. And when I say that patriarchy is a system and it's not individualized, but a system inakuanga ni kitu imejipanga.
Sisi tumepangwa, like everything has been designed. Honestly.
You know, and things like that. So I feel like as much as we will teach women about, you know, those compounding issues from how women were dealt with in the 90s to right now where we are dealing with AI. We need to intersection that with a lot of community awareness, community awareness on like societal issues and social issues on what women leadership means and things like that. Starting from the church. Miko sana njua Zawe, me, I'm very spiritual. I go to church and things like that. Zawe, even in the Bible, teach people that there are women, Akina Deborah, that led battle. But you know, no, I'm saying
like those people, most of them talking about it like that.
They don't. When I say it's a system, they do not. Like they have like badass women in the Bible. Even in our history, you know, we don't talk about like badass women in history,
especially like our history, like Kenyan history. You'll realize that there are a lot of women who fought for our independence. But they are nowhere in the books.
Yeah.
Even your grandmother, you can find your grandmother was participating in the Mau Mau.
And they are nowhere in the books.
They are nowhere in the books.
So we really need to even rewrite and history. And I love, let me mention her name. There's a woman right now, she's very radicalized. I love her content on YouTube.
Yeah.
So she was saying the story about like Akina Mother Teresa, Mahatma Gandhi. And I'm like, hey, which history nilisomanga history gani?
Honestly, I saw that.
You know?
Girl, I was shocked.
It was like, I love this new version of you. And let me tell you, Zawe, it's about time we rewrite our histories. It's about time we teach our children on... Because when I was growing up, my mentor was Michelle Obama. Sasa tunaandika my mentor.
Okay.
Hizo ni ufala,
Did she like mentor you or like...
Where did they meet her? Zawe, me right now, my mentor is someone that I know.
I know, you know.
Naweza mpigia simu nimwambie, you know, hey,
I'm going through this.
Let's meet for coffee. Let me tell you what I'm planning to do on my brand, or, you know, and things like that. Teach me how to do the ropes of things and things like that. So I think we also need to rewrite even when we're talking about violence, GBV, rewrite our history. Because one thing about GBV, the most important piece of the puzzle in GBV is the power dynamics. And I think that is what we should never forget. It's gendered because of the power dynamics. I see you as a second-class citizen. I see you as a weaker being, so I can violate you however I want.
Yeah, and because I have more power than you.
Because I have more power than you. We should never forget that we are dealing with power, which is backed up by systems, backed up by religion, it's a system, backed up by patriarchy, it's a system, and then fueled by things like media, traditional media, social media. Hate. So that's the fuel that backs up these systems, right? So we should never forget that. So even when talking about technology facilitated gender-based violence in the political space, we should never forget that. Literally, it's like, let's break it down to the base is power. Then how do we dismantle these powers?
Yeah.
You know? But until we get there, we will never get it right.
Yeah.
So literally, the most central piece, in my opinion, is power.
Dynamics, yeah.
So we need to figure out where is the unseen power. Ni nini hatuoni? Religion is unseen. Unajua kuna time yenye tu, you know, like we need to figure that out.
Yeah. And mostly the unseen powers lies within you. And it's like that is the power that people try to... You can't see it.
So most times, you see the iceberg thing, most times you're just like dealing with your iceberg up at you.
True.
But yet the bigger chunk of the iceberg, that is the problem that is killing us as women, as a society, as a people, iko huko chini ya ocean.
Yeah.
You know?
And we just talk about, you know, protests. It's like the thing about, you know, the end femicide. And I'm really proud of the work that they've done so far over the years. And like the first thing, you know, we looked at the problem, right? But did we really go down?
Apo chini, you know?
Did we really go down? Because it's our communities, our societies. And I feel like the work hatuwezi maliza. Like everybody needs to.
Everybody, yeah. It's like an ecosystem. So literally everyone, find your niche, let me find my niche and see what you can do.
Let's collaborate.
We need to collaborate because literally, acha Biblia nasemanga, the workers are a few, the work is a lot. Literally, kazi ni mingi.
True.
And if we don't communicate that way, that's where we have duplicated efforts. You know?
Yeah.
Let's communicate. Because, you know, I was talking to you about the creative space.
Yeah.
And literally, we could have done it to Williams. Like, no, Zawede, you are a creative. Give how I am a creative because I sing. I'm a vocalist, but yeah,
I'll have it in my song.
Yes. I'm like, Zawede, what do you think we should do and things like that. So I think one thing about violence, as I said, when you talk about GBV, the central piece is power. You think ni rahisi Zawede ku dismantle religion? Kitu imekuwa hapo. Culture. You think it's easy? Even me, I consider myself an empowered woman, but Zawede, I'm telling you, kuna time yenye nasemanga, unajua sisi kama Wajaluo, culture yetu inasemanga ABCD. Aki Zawede, walai tena.
How will you go and tell your grandmother now?
Yeah.
Ameishi 80 years. Now you want to tell her that, you know?
Yeah. And at times, you know, you have to work with it because there has been a push of let's fall back. There's a lot of westernization. Let's fall back. I agree. But then you need to be very, very careful not to romanticize subsects of our culture that were very, very
essential.
No, I mean, you know, like, yes, we can fall back to culture, but there are subsects of our culture that were very demeaning, dehumanizing, that were very, you know, they are very bad.
I know.
For instance,
especially for women.
For women, yeah. Turudi back to ati mwanamke akikwambia no tunampiga because it's, I mean, kuna cultures zenye. In example napeananga hata people know. Kuna cultures za wewe ukienda umetumwa enda kwa ile boma uambie ABCD wametuma mtoto. When they'll go and find the man of the house is not there na tuko wanawake watasema hakuna watu.
I've had that.
Kwa nini women cannot make decisions?
You cannot be given the information.
Yeah, and things like that. But I know even in the Kikuyu culture, there's beautiful stories about how women,
the matriarchs, the
matriarchs, you know, how women walikuanga wana, even when you are the Mau Mau, the women in the Mau Mau.
Yeah,
Aki, when you talk about the Mau Mau, in books, social studies here, class 7, tell me if it's not Mekatilili wa Menza.
Yeah, and Wanje, Madorika, and those women.
There were a lot of women who are used as spies. Wanaenda wana nini, unajua wazungu, alafu wazungu wanawaambia sasa kesho tutafanya ABCD nini, and then they go and tell them Mau Mau, this is what will be done. We need to celebrate such people, you know, and I'll tell you, it's a system. The system has intentionally removed those women in history. We need to bring that back.
True.
We really need to.
And their indigenous knowledge.
We need to
bring
traditional knowledge. Actually, you know, Zawede, when you talk about social media and knowledge that is being shared in social media. So, for instance, so before people go for COP, they like, in June, people like write texts of, for example, text ni kama what you're going to negotiate. You have to negotiate on a text. So in June, I remember there was like a lot of back and forth about in traditional media. So for instance, a lot of people, particularly Africans, people from the global south, kuna watu, they don't have access to the digital space.
Yeah.
But wakona tu mtu ana story tu hivi, this traditional. Tulikuwa tunapiga tu story. And if I tell you that a lot of countries walikuwa napinga sana traditional media, hata unaweza shangaa. But like, no, why would you add that? I mean, there's the digital space.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell you, people argue from a point of privilege. So because you have access to digital, you think everybody has access to the digital space and things like that. So when I say it's important even for us, when you talk about GBV, TFGBV, to even decenter what power means in traditional setups, then how can it decenter power to be kinder to women, to be kinder to the most vulnerable in societies, to be kinder to children, to elderly people, to, you know, and things like that.
In the community.
In the community, to be African. Kuna vitu zingine za kusema kweli, however westernized you are, you fall back to the fact that you're Africans. what did you used to do as Africans? Because there are beautiful pieces of our culture that we have for beautiful.
No. And what is really heartbreaking me at this point in time is that in Africa, and I'm not really sorry to say this, like the leaders that we have, it's like you're puppets of the South, of the West, honestly, because mbona mnaleta hizo, like those things used to be back then, the militarism and all things like that. Kukataza kuongea, now you cannot have like freedom to speak your mind and just call out poor leaders or leaders who are not doing the right things. You can't hold them accountable at this point.
Yeah.
20 million.
I know. I think we have just been, Africa for the longest time have been upholding, how can I put it? The theories or things that are not African in any sense. And I'd say,
because they give us money. We have the resources again.
yeah.
It's like,
because make it make sense. For instance, Zambia is, I think, the highest producer of cobalt, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yet these people are load shedding literally in 24 hours on a load shed for 12 hours.
Okay.
Make it make sense. Why is Africa paying for instance, solar panels? Tunazitoka huko. Na literally sisi jua ni yetu.
Imagine. Unaelewa what talking about now this.
And we need to be very careful talking about systems. For instance, capitalism. Capitalism is not it's not African.
It's not.
It's not.
They're waking up every day 9 to 5.
It's not. Africans we were pro Ubuntu. I am because you are. We were pro Ujamaa and things like that. And I mean, ata mimi sahi, I have a job, and I mean, because the world is it's
because
following capitalism, trafanya nini and things like that. But still, we can fall back on Ubuntu. I am because we are Ujamaa and things like that, on socialism. Yeah, they have their own shortcomings and things like that. But I'd say, unajua mtu, according to me, zawe mtu mwenye ni the most dangerous person ni mtu mwenye hana belief system.
Yeah.
Tabeta mwenye na believe in capitalism.
You can go anywhere.
You can be swayed anywhere.
Yeah.
And I think the problem with most of our African leaders is that they're not grounded on one belief system.
Yeah, they're not grounded.
They're not grounded on one belief system.
I feel like they don't trust themselves.
So like someone would come and sell neoliberalism and you'd go with the wave.
Yeah.
Someone would come and say, you know what, we want to privatize, and these are the austerity measures.
The island.
Yeah.
Why?
Imagine. And then it comes with austerity measures that are crazy.
I know.
We want to give you money. Actually, privatization is an austerity measure. Yeah. So we want to give you money from the World Bank, and the austerity measures are literally not even pro your people. But you see, you don't have a belief system. So you'll just like let's go. Let's go, kaende, and things like that. So that's what I'm very, very ardent on having a belief system. Read a book. If it's feminism, read it and see what are the pros, what are the cons, where did it start, and things like this.
Where do I stand?
See, watch a documentary, learn from lived experiences of people. So, like, literally, I think we are being swayed left, right, center, God knows where, because we are not grounded on belief systems as a people. We need to be grounded.
Yeah. And thank you very much for sharing about that. And as we wrap up our conversation, I don't feel like wrapping up, but like...
I know, right? There's
a lot to speak about still. Yeah, like... so how do you feel about, somebody who wants to report and don't know where to report or things like this, like... What would you tell somebody who is going through image-based abuse, for example, which is very, it's very common. It's a very common form of abuse online. When you break up with your boyfriend, for example, or your partner, you used to send them your intimate pictures. Now they want to use that against you. Like, what would you say?
First off, that's a crime, right?
It is. It's a crime.
It is a crime. I think under the cybercrime, security, whatever act, it is a crime. Hii syllabus inakimbia. Mimi sijaisikia kitu kama hiyo. Umesema inaitwa
image based abuse. It has a lot of names.
But you see, revenge porn. But you see, the basis is one. It is violence. Yeah. It is violence. That's the basis of it all. Just to say that I think we need to come to a place where we normalize seeking help. Let's not normalize violence.
Seeking help where?
Yeah. As I said, there's those organizations I mentioned. If you do not want physical, I know of organizations. I know, like, for instance, Sauti Salama, that is strictly online.
Yeah.
It's anonymous. So you can report anonymously. If you want now to get in contact with them, you will say, and they'll make it happen.
Yeah.
So they have like a whole database of medical practitioners that will help you. It's free. They have a whole database of legal help, psychological help, and things like that. So that is sautisalama.org. It's online, strictly online. You can get that. There definitely might be other online platforms, but the one that I have interacted with, that I have tested, niliona, nikasema hii ni jabacha ni test.
Yeah.
Nika test and it happened. Worked is Sauti Salama. There might be others that work.
Yeah.
There are offline ones as well. But just to say, I think it's time where we shouldn't normalize. Usilenge your story. I think we shouldn't normalize. And even reporting, we create a pattern where we can know, even for I might be wrong for me to say this, even for programmatic issues. For instance, you don't come up. We have worked in this CSO space, so we don't just come up with programs from the blues.
Yeah.
At times we respond to a need. That's why before you do programs, we'd like do a needs assessment to even co-create with the community.
Yeah.
And we say, a lot of women would say, Aki Mimi, every time. For example, there's a time there was a program done on sex for water. I heard about it,
that.
and I was like,
"Ati
sex for water."
I know.
Who wants to
have sex with you?
Ndio akupe maji.
Imagine.
Until I watched a documentary. Na ilikuwa Kibera. Mimi nimelelewa Kibera place. Mimi nitwa Laini. Like literally, ili upate maji, umse wa maji.
It was so heartbreaking.
I never knew something like that.
And that person has diseases.
Yeah, and Aki, I never knew something like that inafanyika. Never knew. Hata steam. Unajua kuna sex ya stima. Steam, unajua sisi watu wa mtaa stima yetu inakuanga ya Kibera Power. Ili umse ya kuconnect hiyo stima.
So you have to have sex with them.
Yeah. So sextortion really is and now that speaks to the fact that there's no equitable and quality and affordable access to energy,
Which should be free, honestly.
Yeah, or even if not free, it needs to be affordable. It needs to be accessible, Even when you talk about water, it needs to be accessible. It needs to be adequate. It needs to be... inafaa kala yake iko sawa, available.
Maji sasa ni kitu ya kuuzia mtu surely, and it's natural.
Yeah, I mean,
I know.
You can argue that out. But now, when I have to have sex with you, ili unipe maji, and things like that. So, just my point was, if we report, it informs programs. It informs government. There's an issue here. It informs society of where should we focus on, what can we do to help? Do we need to shift our conversation or shift our mindset here and see, there really is a problem here that we need to address, and things like that. For example, the issue of sexual assault in, was it Alliance, the French teacher? It was a news. I think it was Alliance.
No. State House.
The school was Alliance, I think.
Okay, I don't remember.
There's
also a State House, I think I saw on social media.
Okay, but I remember the one that really hit headlines, this teacher, when he used to groom students, and then ukitoka, they looks for you, and then he wants to have sex with you. It brought a whole conversation online about how girls have experienced that in high school. And I remember shule nye nilisoma, such things used to happen. But again, sijui nilikuwa high school how many years ago? More than 10, 12, 15 years ago. Still, yani naweza kumbuka, and I was like, this is so traumatic.
I know. And there were teachers who used to even sleep with students.
So it brought a whole conversation.
And then we used to gossip about it.
Exactly.
That now the girl has the problem.
The girl has Aki, imagine. Alipatikana teacher's quarters.
I know.
Unajua. And literally, you are a child.
Yeah.
The state needs to protect you.
I know.
The school, which is accountable to the state, needs to protect you. But Zawede, for instance, Mr. Sema shule nilikuwa, kuna watu wanajua because I've been vocal about it in spaces. Tulikuwa tunakuwa threatened hata tunyamaze.
Even me, my small sister told me about a teacher assaulting the child.
Yeah.
And then the child was sent home. And then the school was told if anybody speaks about
about
is
it,
going home.
is going to be
I'm like,
expelled. Yeah. And so that shows you that we need to shift our conversation even to schools.
True.
Because let's even talk about technology facilitated gender-based violence. Ukitoka tu shule, the first person to follow you on Instagram ni
Your
your
teacher.
maths teacher. Anakukatia uko thoroughly huko.
Imagine.
You're not even 18 that time. Hata uja receive KCSE results.
Imagine.
Telling you to meet where and where.
Let's meet, I buy you
Yeah, telling you to meet you where and where. Send me your photos ABCD. Sending you
my
photos
class
zake zenye
teacher
anakaa
did
aje.
that. I was like,
Yeah.
ati come we meet.
Yeah.
Come we meet what? Come we meet where?
Yeah.
Why?
That time, okay, you know when I'm like I'm of legal age, I mean that is questionable because I can consent and tell you yes or no.
Yeah.
But still, literally I just finished Chem paper 2 sijui, just like
Yeah,
this.
ameshachukua namba
Ndio
yako.
asha kufollow Instagram huko sijui.
Shame on you.
Yeah, you know. So even when you talk about, we need to know that it's not just at us women, you know, even watoto, because they're online.
Yeah.
They're going through it. They don't
Can you
even know who to
imagine a
share
form
it
two
with. Yeah.
student,
And then
maybe
unajua
then
probably
they're
they're not even mwalimu wako like ebu nitumie.
Yeah.
Ama tu umepiga tu picha yako mko Christmas day umevaa jeans yako. Your teacher is there sending you love emojis and ebu nitumie.
Liking your pictures.
Yeah. So we need to shift our conversation even to school-going children. Do a lot of
experience.
yeah, and probably they wouldn't know how to report. They wouldn't know who to tell it to. Probably their peers like, hey, Aki, imagine my teacher did this, and they feel like it's cool and it's not, you know.
Yeah.
And still, even, and I'm not of the opinion that we do this with children only, even with teachers as well.
Teachers, they need.
Remind them even if they know. You know, and things like
even
that.
the male teachers.
Yeah, so technology facilitated gender-based violence. At times, it's not at you know what we were introduced to when the whole conversation on TFGBV started was, I think, after the Rita Waini case.
Yeah.
Because like, they met online and offline, Akamua and things like that. But if you think about it, Zawe, it has always been there.
True. And I remember before schools closed, I think it was last holiday, yeah? There was... it's crazy. There were children who went for like a house party or things like that. And then there was this girl who was giving the boyfriend or someone head. You know, people recorded them. And then that video was posted online. And you know what? Adults were even commenting on that.
And they're sharing it. They're sharing.
The adults are commenting crazy things.
Yeah, and they're sharing.
So I feel like...
yeah, we really need to address that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aki, can we do like a 2.0 of this?
No. We should. So nice. I know. And we've not even spoke about everything.
Yeah.
But hopefully, well, you know, I don't know what to say.
No, but you see, the conversation has started.
Yeah.
And I think that's amazing that we have started talking about such things.
Yeah. And that the theme for this year is, you know, uniting to end all forms of tech-facilitated gender-based violence. So I think that, you know, speaking about it more will create more awareness. Of the issue. Yeah. As we wrap up, what is something that you'd like to, you know, tell the audience listening at home?
Do not normalize violence. Call it out. I think normalizing it makes it okay, creates a pattern.
Normal.
Yeah, do not normalize it. Call it out. If you need to ask for help, I have mentioned all those offline and even one online organization that can help. Please seek for help.
Yeah.
And I will not leave by saying to the perpetrators, do better. Do better.
Shame on you.
And shame on you, by the way. Mbona nawaambia do better. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much, Terry.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed this conversation,
Me too.
honestly.
Yeah,
and I feel like we can go on and go on and go on.
The whole day.
Yeah, because honestly, these issues affect us personally, affect our communities. And, you know, speaking about it is a step to, you know, solving the problem as you've had. Yeah, so... thank you, everybody who tuned in and listened in today. Until we meet next time, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.